أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم
पनाह मांगता हूँ मैं अल्लाह की शैतान मरदूद से।
बिस्म الله الرحمن الرحيم।
शुरू अल्लाह का नाम लेकर जो बड़ा मेहरबान निहायत रहम वाला है।
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum brothers and sisters, and welcome to my show Future Stars. I'm your host Alvia Zaidi, and today we will be talking about maths and Islam, and we'll be talking about how they are connected, as maths is a subject that we all do in school. So we'll be talking about the Islamic side and also talking about how it is connected to Islam. And to join me today we have Sister Suman and Sister Zainab, and they'll be joining in with some stories and some questions and answers to do with our topic. So to start off, Sister Suman is going to read us a story, and this is to explain Imam Ali alayhi salam's contribution to maths.
One day a Jewish person came to Imam Ali alayhi salam thinking that since Imam Ali thinks he's too smart, I shall ask him such a tough question that he won't be able to answer it, and I will have the chance to embarrass him in front of all of the Arabs. The Jewish person asked Imam Ali, tell me a number that if we divide it by any number from 1 to 10, the answer will always come in the form of a whole number and not as a fraction. Imam Ali alayhi salam looked back at him and said, take the number of days in a year and multiply it by the numbers of days in a week, and you will have your answer. The Jewish person got astonished, but as he was a polytheist mushrik, he still didn't believe Imam Ali. He calculated the answer Imam Ali alayhi salam gave him. To his amazement, he came across the following results. The number of days in a year, 360 in Arab. The number of days in a week, 7. The product of the two numbers, 2,520. Now if you divide 2,520 with the numbers 1 to 10, you will get a whole number and not a fraction.
MashaAllah, thank you very much, and thank you very much for sharing that story with us. So that was just a small story to explain about Imam Ali alayhi salam's mathematical brilliance, and also to explain his contribution to maths and also his ability in the subject. So now we're going to move on to another story, and Sister Zainab has this story for us, and this is another story about Imam Ali alayhi salam's ability in maths.
A person was about to die, and before dying he wrote his will, which went as follows. I have 17 camels and I have 3 sons. Divide my camels in such a way that my eldest son gets half of them, the second one gets 1/3 of the total, and my youngest son gets 1/9 of the total number of camels. After his death, when the relatives read his will, they got extremely perplexed and said to each other that how can we divide 17 camels like this? So after a long hard thought, they decided that there was only one man in Arabia who could help them, Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. So they all came to the door of Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam and put forward their problem. Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam said, okay, I will divide the camels as per the man's will. Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam said, I will lend one of my camels to the total, which makes it 18. 17 plus 1 equals 18. Now let's divide as per his will. The eldest son gets half of 18 equals 9. The second one gets 1/3 of 18 equals 6. The youngest gets 1/9 of 18 equals 2. Now the total of number of camels, 17, 9 plus 6 plus 2 equals 17. Then Imam Ali alayhi salam said, now I will take my camel back.
MashaAllah, thank you very much, and thank you very much for sharing that story with us. So just another story to explain about Imam Ali alayhi salam and his connection to maths, and also to explain his skill in the subject. So now we're going to move on to some questions to give you some facts about maths and Islam. So first of all, I'd like to ask Sister Suman, what does Islam teach us about knowledge?
Islam teaches us that knowledge is very important and is needed in everyday life. Islam has given us knowledge in the way like the Quran, the Prophets, the Imams and the Ahlul Bayt. Allah has shown to Muslims that knowledge is high in His eyes and that we should all strive to have it.
MashaAllah, thank you very much, and thank you very much for answering that. And Sister Zainab, what is the link between Islam and maths?
The way in which Islam and maths are linked is that it was something taught by our Imams regularly. Also that numbers started in Arabia and was created by Muslims. This provides a big link with maths and Islam.
MashaAllah, thank you very much, and thank you very much for answering those questions. So now we're going to move on to a story that I have here, and these are just more facts to share with you about maths and also to share about the history and how they were created. So the digits 1 to 9 in the Hindu-Arabic numeral system evolved from the Brahmin numerals. In Central Europe, the King of Hungary started the use of Arabic numerals, which appear for the first time in the royal document of 1456. By the mid-16th century, they were common use in most of Europe. Roman numerals remained in use mostly for the notation of AD years and for numbers on clock faces. Sometimes Roman numerals are still used for record lists as an alternative to alphabetical record, for following volumes to differentiate monarchs or family members with the same first names, and in lowercase to number pages in the preface of books. The adoption in Russia. Cyrillic numbers were a numbering system derived from the Cyrillic alphabet used by South and East Slavic peoples. The system was used in Russia as late as the early 18th century, when Peter the Great replaced it with Arabic numerals. And in China, Arabic numerals were introduced to China during the Yuan dynasty, which was from 1271 to 1368 by the Muslim Hui people. And the evolution of the symbols were that the numeral system used, known as algorithm, is positional decimal system. Various symbol sets are used to represent the numbers in the Hindu-Arabic numeral system, and all of which evolved from the Brahmi numerals. The symbols used to represent the system have split into various alternatives since the Middle Ages. So that was just a small sheet of facts to explain to you about the history of maths, and also to explain about the development of the Arabic numerals, and also a few facts about how they were adopted in different parts of the world at different times. So now we're going to move on to another story that Sister Zainab has for us, and this is just another story to explain more about the connection between Islam and maths, and also to explain about Imam Ali alayhi salam and his skill in maths.
A man relates his story. Two travellers sat together on the way to their destination to have a meal. One had 5 loaves of bread, the other had 3. A third traveller was passing by, and at the request of the two joined in the meal. The travellers cut each of the loaf of bread in 3 equal parts. Each of the travellers ate 8 broken pieces of the loaf. At the time of leaving, the third traveller took out 8 dirhams and gave the first 2 men who offered him the meal, and went away. On receiving the money, the 2 travellers started fighting as to who should have how much of the money. The 5-loaf man demanded 5 dirhams. The 3-loaf man insisted on dividing the money in 2 equal parts. The dispute brought to Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, the Khalif of the time in Arabia, to be decided. Imam Ali alayhi salam requested the 3-loaf man to accept 3 dirhams because the 5-loaf man has been more than fair to you. The 3-loaf man refused and said he would take only 4 dirhams. At this, Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam replied, "You can have only 1 dirham. You ate 8 loaves of bread between yourselves. Each loaf was broken into 3 parts. Therefore you had 24 equal parts. Your 3 loaves of bread made 9 parts, out of which you had eaten 8 portions, leaving just 1 to the 3rd traveller. Your friend had 5 loaves, which divided into 3 made 15 pieces. He ate 8 pieces and gave 7 pieces to the guest. As such, the guest shared 1 part from your loaves and 7 from those of your friend. So you should get 1 dirham and your friend should receive 7.
MashaAllah, thank you very much, and thank you very much for sharing that story with us. So just another story to explain about Imam Ali alayhi salam's ability in maths to solve a problem which was a daily problem in his time. So now we're going to move on to some more questions. So first of all, I'd like to ask Sister Suman, what is the importance of maths in Islam?
In Islam, maths is highly important as it is a form of knowledge, and as we have seen from earlier, knowledge is highly commended from Allah.
MashaAllah, thank you very much. And Sister Zainab, who is the main figure of maths in Islam?
For Islam, the main figure of maths is Imam Ali alayhi salam. As we can see from the stories that have been read earlier, Imam Ali alayhi salam possessed mathematical brilliance and was highly intelligent in the department.
MashaAllah, thank you very much, and thank you very much for answering those questions. So now we'll move on to another story, and it's a story that I have here, and it's just another story to explain about maths and Islam. So Imam Ali alayhi salam was endowed with a quick, sharp, incisive mathematical mind. And in this story, Imam Ali alayhi salam's mathematical brilliance will be revealed. What is a wife's share? Imam Ali alayhi salam was once interrupted while he was delivering a sermon from the pulpit by someone who asked him how to distribute the inheritance of someone who had died leaving a wife, his parents and 2 daughters. Imam Ali alayhi salam instantly answered, "The wife's share becomes 1/9. How? This answer is in fact the result of a long analysis with a number of steps. Ordinarily, we have to decide on the original share of each of these heirs in the following way. In the Noble Quran, Surah 4, Ayah 12, it says, "The wife takes 1/8 in view of the presence of inheriting a child." In the same Surah, but Ayah 11, it says, "The deceased father and mother take 1/6 each." And in the same ayah, it says, "The 2 daughters take 2/3 of the inheritance." So the total would be an 8 plus a 6 plus a 6 plus 2/3, which equals 3/24, add 4/24, add 4/24, add 16/24. The total is 27/24. This means that the share becomes less than an 1/8 in the view of the increase of the total of the shares, which are so fixed and prescribed by the Noble Quran. So the 1/8, the original share due to the wife out of 24 total shares, have become 3 shares out of a total of 27, which is 1/9. Imam Ali alayhi salam's mind went through this complex mathematical process in 1 second. So just another story to explain about Imam Ali alayhi salam and maths. And now we're going to move on to the last story by Sister Suman, and this is about Imam Ali and sharing camels.
3 men shared a camel equally. One of them tied his 4 legs and went away for some work. In the meantime, the other 2 returned to their place of stay and untied one of the 4 legs, and they also went away together. The camel, in their absence, walked with one untied leg of the place where the first man had tied him, and fell in a well and wounded himself. The 2 men returned again, saw that the camel had fallen in the well. They got him out somehow or other and butchered him and sold the meat for collecting some money in view of a little compensation for the loss. When the first partner returned, he saw the skin of the camel. On inquiry, the 2 other partners told him what had happened. He took an objection to it and rather complained against their untying the camel, which resulted in the heavy loss to him. He then took the case to Imam Ali alayhi salam, who ordered for payment of 1/3 of the actual price of the camel to him. When the cash which was collected by selling the meat of the camel was counted, it was 1/3 of the cost price of the camel. This amount was paid in full to the first partner of the camel, and the other two went away empty-handed. While they were about to leave, Imam Ali alayhi salam told them that as they had not taken proper care for the safety of the camel and the safeguard of the shares, whereas their first partner had by tying his two legs, hence it is their loss.
MashaAllah, thank you very much, and thank you very much for reading that story for us. So just another story to explain about Imam Ali alayhi salam and his mathematical brilliance and also his brilliant judgment. So now we're going to finish off with 2 questions, and first of all I'd like to ask Sister Suman, what is so fascinating about Islam and maths?
What I find fascinating about Islam and maths is that they are taught alongside Islam. I like how the Imams taught and preached about Islam, but at the same time they were interested in matters of the world and topics that were commonly thought about.
MashaAllah, thank you very much. And the next question is for Sister Zainab. So what is the connection between Islam and maths?
The connection between Islam and maths is great. Islam has contributed to the subjects greatly. Also, Islam has contributed in making these subjects and proving theories in them.
MashaAllah, thank you very much, and thank you very much for answering those questions. So that concludes today's information side of the show. So join us after the break to learn about some craft, and we'll teach you how to create a simple origami pencil to go along with our subject today, which is maths, which coincides with education. So join us after the break to learn how to make these. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters, and welcome back to Future Stars. I'm your host Alvia Zaidi, and let me just reintroduce my guests. So we have Sister Suman and Sister Zainab, and previously on the show we were talking about Islam and maths, and we were just talking about how they are connected, as maths is a common subject that we all learn when we're in school. So we were just talking about information, telling stories, and also answering questions. So now we'll be teaching you how to create these simple pencils out of origami, and they just connect in with our subject today, our topic about maths and also about education. So my guests today will be joining in, and we'll be teaching you how to make these. And also, if anybody would like to phone in, then the number's at the bottom of your screen, and you can comment on today's topic, or maybe just recite something, or just share with us your thoughts about today's topic. So the number's at the bottom of your screen. So let's get started. So first of all, what you'll need is a simple square piece of paper, and you can create these from an A4 piece of paper, or you can just cut it out. And what you'll need to do is take your square piece of paper, and you'll need to fold it in half from one line to the other. So just fold it in half like this. So fold it in half this way, and you're just going to crease that down, and you just fold it in half like this, and so it should be like this. And then what you're going to do, you're going to open it up, and then you're going to take the top line and you're going to fold it again, but this time towards the center. So if I'll just do that and show you. So what you do, so you fold it in half once, so my guests have done that, and then you're going to open it back up, then you're going to take top line and fold it towards the center line which you created when you folded it the first time. And it should be like this so far. And my guests have just done that, and then the next step is to open it back up, and what you're going to do, you're going to take the top line and you're going to fold it towards this line that you just made at the top. So you're just going to fold the top section in half again. So just show you now, like so. So you fold it in half once, then you folded that section in half, and then you just fold that section in half again. So you should have this here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your piece of paper and you're just going to fold it in half the other way, so lengthways. So you're going to keep this part folded down and you're just going to fold it in half lengthways. So I'll just do that and show you. So it should look like this so far. And then what you're going to do, you're just going to open that back up, and then you're going to take each side and you're going to fold it towards the center line. So you're going to take this side and fold it towards the center, and then this side and fold it into the center again. So I'll just show you that way. So it's just like what you did before. So you've taken the right side and folded it into the center, and then so like so, and then you're going to do exactly the same on the other side. And then it should look like this. See, my guests have done that. So it should just look like this with the flaps, like so. And then you're going to keep it folded, and what you're going to do is you're going to take these top corners and you're just going to pull it towards the outside. So you're going to pull it out until this top line joins this line here. So it'll create a triangle flap. So if I just do that and show you. So show my guests that you've just done it like so. So you've taken the top flap, which was open, and you pull it out so this line here becomes parallel with this line, and it creates a triangle here, if you see that. And then you're going to do exactly the same to this side, and just do that again. So you should have, so my guests have got it right, and you should have your picture to be like this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your, so this bit is a bit difficult. What you're going to do is take the outer corner and you're going to take it towards the back. And what you're going to do is you're going to fold it where the little line is here, so you still have the little flap there, and you're just going to fold it back like so. So I'll just do that to show you. So you just take it back like so. So then what happens is the little piece comes out. So what you've done is you have your picture like this, where you've got the triangles folded over, and you're going to take the top corner and you're going to hold it where the triangle you folded is there first. Just fold the top corner out so then this part flaps open. So if you see here that you have your point here and then you have a top point there, you're going to fold this corner behind the picture at this point, so then it'll be folded like that, and then when you crease that down, you should have a little flap like so. So I'll just do that. So it should look like that, where you have your two flaps coming out like so. And then what you do is you take the same corners that you've done there, and then you're going to take them out again. So the flaps that you created, you just fold them behind, like so. And then you end up with your pencil. So you can shade in the top bit, so you have a top bit which can be one colour and then the rest of the paper will be the same colour. And you've just created your pencil there, so it'll end up like this. So you have your top nib and then the rest of the pencil there. So my guests have done it correctly. So yeah, my guests have done it right. And that finishes off today's craft, and we'll just have a caller on the line. So, hello, assalamu alaikum.
Salam, Rashid speaking here. It's Alvia here.
Yes.
My doctor, you are doing very well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And
yeah.
Is there anything else that you'd like to share with us today?
Sorry?
Is there anything else you'd like to share with us today?
No, thank you very much. I just saw your show. It's very nice, okay?
Okay, thank you very much. And thank you very much for calling in. So thank you very much for calling in. And so we finished off today's craft, which was creating these pencils. And you can create them in various sizes, you can make different colours, and they're just a nice way to put a little craft into our topic today. And that concludes our show, and my guests made theirs correctly, so thank you very much. And thank you very much for coming along today and joining in with our show previously with the information, and also joining in with today's craft. So thank you very much. And thank you very much for our caller, and thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's show and you now know a bit more about Islam and maths and how they're a connected subject. And also I hope you know how to create these simple origami pencils. And if anybody would like to create these, then you could send us a picture on our Facebook page, and you could send in any comments that you like on our Facebook page, and don't forget to like our page on Facebook, and the link will be down below on the screen. And also, if you do want to catch up on any episodes of Future Stars, then you can watch them on YouTube. And before we go, we have a last caller. So hello, assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, walaikum salam. Hi, Alvia, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, it's me, Ali from Cardiff. I was watching your program. MashaAllah, you're doing very well. I really appreciate, and then the topic is nice as well. So I wish you're doing very well. The topic is very nice, and it has deep effect.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for calling in also. So thank you very much. And thank you for calling in. So I hope you enjoyed today's show. Today's topic was about Islam and maths. So thank you for watching. I'm your host, Zaidi, and this was Future Stars. Khulafis.